Steve Newman reports on one person already using the brand new system.
What is up guys, kharmamedic here and welcome back to another dose. So in today's video, I'm finally going to be doing a room tour. I know this is something that you guys have requested for a very long time. And after 2.5 years of living here, I finally feel like I've made it my own and decorated it how I want. And I'm ready to show it to you guys. Alright, so let's start off with the bed and the couch area. Honestly, if I was redoing this from the beginning, I would have really liked to have a double bed in this room. But unfortunately with the space, as you can probably see from that wall there till the door, it's basically just enough to fit a bed and a couch. And this is my couch over here. I've recently changed it, and if you've been following my channel for a long time, then you'll know. I'm really proud of how I color matched the pictures on the wall over here with sort of the gray and yellow vibe with the gray and yellow cushions. This couch is also quite big. It fits 3 people quite comfortably, and if I have family or friends staying over, it opens up into a full double bed. This coffee table over here, it's glass and has 2 levels, so it's really good when we have multiple friends over and we have lots of food to put on the table, or if we're playing board games, we can have people sit around it and still have a lot of space to lay everything out. So there's nothing too special about the bed itself, but it does have a very important function, which it has a lot of storage. So down here is basically where I keep everything that I can't really keep in my room because there isn't enough space. I've got an ironing board, all of my suitcases, bags, clothes that I don't wear that often, anything that I need for fixing the house like screwdrivers, drills, nails, all these things that I definitely wouldn't want to have laid out in my room, but I still need somewhere in the house. I love that this room has floor to ceiling windows as well. It really lets the light come in, especially in the summertime. I know London doesn't have that much light, but I'll take as much as I can. And there's also a small balcony out here, which is fairly rare for London. We have 2 chairs where we can sit down and sort of enjoy the weather when it is a little bit better. But now it's really cold, so I'm just gonna close it. And then a little behind the scenes that you probably will never see again in a video is that down here, I keep all of the filming gear that doesn't really fit anywhere else in the room. 2 sets of tripods. I also have a C-stand. Okay, next to my bed, I've got a radio alarm clock. And this has actually changed my life. It makes waking up in the morning and getting out of bed at 6 a.m. when it's pitch black outside so much easier. When you're waking up really early, it's so much better to wake up to the sound of somebody talking to you, your favorite radio station, some music, whatever, instead of that classic iPhone alarm. Over here on the wall, these are posters that I actually bought back in 2013 in my first year of university in Toronto, and I really like them, so I've kept them around. Also, I'm really proud that I managed to put them up all by myself. They look quite neat and I feel like they're equally spaced, so I'm really proud of how they turned out. Another really cool thing about my room is that I have this TV directly opposite my bed, and that's really nice because obviously after a long day at university studying or in the hospital on the wards, I can come back home, relax in bed while watching something on the TV, and it's on this really nifty bracket that allows it to get turned like this, so that if I ever have friends over on the couch or me and my sister are in here chilling, eating lunch or whatever, we can view the TV from any angle in the room. So down here is basically just like a TV stand. Even though the TV is mounted on the wall, there's obviously some things that we need down here. So this used to be filled with a PlayStation, Xbox and a Wii, but I didn't really use them as much, so I've just left my PlayStation down there. This is a set of Alex drawers from IKEA, which I'm sure you guys have all seen before many times. It's a great set of drawers because it holds a whole lot of items, so it's very good for storage if you have a lot of things laying around. I mostly keep knickknacks and stuff that I use fairly often here in the top drawer. I've also got an entire drawer for things related to filming and YouTube videos, so mostly hard drives, the remote control for this light over here, and stuff like that. And then down here, I've got this big white box, which basically holds all of the clutter that would be underneath my desk had I not had it. This is also a great way to hide all of your cables and make sure that it doesn't look very messy underneath the desk. And these 2 drawings over here I did in my first year at medical school. This guy you can see on the left is half bones and on the right is half muscle. I did this before I started my YouTube channel when I was looking for something to do in my spare time and I wanted to express my creativity in some way. They took me a really long time to complete, but I'm proud of how they turned out. Maybe one day I'll color them in, but honestly I'm just scared to do it because I feel like I'm gonna ruin it if I do. So moving on to the next part of my room, this is the productivity area where I do all of my studying and all of my work. Let me move this chair out of the way. So I've done a desk setup video before, and I'm definitely going to update it because I've got quite a few new things that I want to show you guys. But a quick overview, this is a massive IKEA desk. It's absolutely huge, but I love to have a lot of working space when I'm sitting down at my desk. And before 1,000 of you ask me in the comments down below, this is a 34-inch LG monitor. I've got my laptop over there in clamshell mode, so it's just sitting on this stand here connected to the monitor, and then my iPad sitting over here on another nice space gray stand. And yeah, I use these two things in tandem when I'm working all the time, mostly my iPad to take notes and my laptop to do anything else that I need. Over here I have this small wooden tray just to keep the things that I always put in and out of my pockets. So currently it's holding my wallet, my AirPods, and just some loose change. Check it out. Moving on over here to the left, if you guys have been following this channel for any period of time, then you'll know that this was for when I got 1,000 subscribers on the YouTube channel. Here we are at 80,000 now. I always keep this on my desk just as a reminder of how far this YouTube channel has come. I said in the video where I showed this that if you could guess the correct number of M&Ms in here, I would send you a postcard, and nobody has guessed it till today. So take a good look and tell me how many M&Ms you think are in here. If you guess it right, I'll send you a postcard. This desk lamp is from IKEA. It's also really great because you can move it around a bunch, tilt it up and down, left and right, whatever. So it also takes up very little space down here on the actual desk, which means you can have more space for other things to put. And then the final thing that I want to talk about in this desk area is this lovely, lovely neon sign. It took a lot longer than we expected to get it done, so I'm really happy that it's finally here. It's yellow when it's turned off, and then when you turn it on, it's this glowing orange color. Moving on to the closets over here, I keep it quite simple. I dress fairly minimalist. So these closets I feel really add to the aesthetic of the room. The fact that they're all mirror makes the room look much larger, and it helps reflect light and make it a lot brighter in here. So inside the closets, obviously I keep all of my clothes, and I try and keep it as neat as possible. I keep the t-shirts fairly color coordinated, so all the reds, whites, blacks, and grays close to each other. And then on the right, I have all of my hoodies, because as you can tell, I love wearing hoodies. I try to keep all my clothes quite plain and simple. I don't really like things with a lot of patterns or writing on them, so that's mostly what you'll find me wearing. And then here, my sock drawers, my trousers, etc. And I find it quite handy that there's a laundry basket down here, because it doesn't take up space in the rest of the room, and it's hidden away nicely at the bottom of the closet. Over here on the right, I have all of my bigger jackets and my formal shirts that I wear to the hospital. Here I have my kangaroo onesie that you might recognize if you follow me on Instagram, and if you want more updates on my day-to-day life at medical school, make sure you follow me over there. So down here I have these two sort of trays that hold all of my shoes. Yeah, they're also very good for making most use of the space that's here. And then finally, let's talk about this shelf and what's behind my door. So this shelving unit over here really helps keep things organized in my room. At the very top, I've got all the files and folders for notes from my old university, and it's also where I keep everything that I need on file or a physical copy of, so banking or tax related forms and things like that. This shelf over here is sort of my medicine shelf. It has the Nether's Anatomy flashcards that you might have seen in a previous vlog. Has my stethoscope, my hospital cards, my portfolio, and anything that I might need for studying medicine. This shelf over here is dedicated to people that I really care about, but I don't get to see as often as I would like. So these two shelves over here is where I keep most of my camera gear, and it's usually things that I use for vlogging, like all these different tripods, and then lenses and cameras, and of course the camera that I'm using right now to film this video would sit over here. And then the last shelf at the bottom just has a couple of miscellaneous things, like video games, some cards, sunglasses, whatever. And then finally, behind my door, I have two sets of hooks, and this is a really good way to get some extra space in your room, especially as a student. These are really helpful for just putting things up when I don't feel like folding them and putting them away in the closet. I usually keep my running gear over here, my pajamas, and just some trousers that I don't feel like folding and putting back in the closet. And alright, I think that's everything that I wanted to talk about in my room, so this concludes my room tour. If you did enjoy, please do leave a like on this video and subscribe to the channel to see more content from me in the future. I hope you got a little bit more insight into the space where I spend most of my time either studying or relaxing, and maybe you got some inspiration for how to decorate your own room. And also I'll leave links to pretty much everything in the description down below, so you guys can go down there if you're interested in any of the items that you saw. And I will see you in the next one. Peace! Come on in. What is up guys, kharmamedic here, and welcome back to another dose. The lens is dirty, I'm sorry. One cool thing,
Is it on a nifty bracket?
Yeah, nifty bracket. It also takes up very little space.
Can you spin it around? Or just up, down, left and right?
This shelf over here is dedicated to people who I really care about, but I don't. As well as things like banking, as well as And it's also where I keep anything that I need to keep.
Yeah, girl.
That's definitely going in.
No.